Hello and welcome to Sktv'S. This is Afternoon English News. First, the headlines. Renowned theatre personality Ratan Thiyam passes away at 77. Condolences pour in from theatre lovers, politicians and renowned artists in the state. Pen down strike by lecturers continue to affect classes in various schools in the state. Students appeals to authorities to bring about an amicable solution. And Republican Party of India RPI Athawale reappoints Maheshwar Thaunaujam as National Secretary during its National Executive meeting. And now the news in detail. In a big loss for Manipur, eminent theatre personality Ratan Thiyam passed away in the wee hours today at the age of 77 after prolonged illness at RIMS Imphal. People including renowned artists, politicians and his students paid floral tributes to the mortal remains of a theatre icon at Chorus Repertory Theatre in Uripok Haubam Diwan Lekai, which he founded in 1976. A recipient of India's fourth highest civilian award, Padma Shri in 1989 and Sangeet Natak Academy Award winner in 1987, Ratan Thiyam was famous for blending traditional Manipuri art forms with modern craft, innovation and poetic narratives. Founder of the Imphal-based Chorus Repertory Theatre in 1976, Thiyam briefly served as the chief of the New Delhi-based National School of Drama NSD from 1987 to 1988. Ratan Thiyam has also received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Manipur government on the occasion of the 54th Statehood Day in January this year for his unparalleled service to the state's theatre and cultural heritage. Mourning the demise of Ratan Thiyam, former Chief Minister Okram Ibobi, former Art and Culture Minister Langpulakpam Jayant Kumar, senior officials of both civil and police and his fans and students took part in the floral tribute ceremony. Speaking on the sidelines, L. Jayant Kumar termed the passing away of Ratan Thiyam as a huge loss for Manipur and rest of the world. It has left a huge void in the field of theatre. Meanwhile, senior journalist N. Ibungochobi described Ratan Thiyam as a doyen of theatre who emerged once in every 1,000 years. The senior journalist also recalled the famous play of Ratan Thiyam such as Chakravyuha, Urubhangam, Uttar Priyadashi, Ritu Shabmaram and Andhyug, which have occupied special place in Indian theatre.
Combi em đu đỉnh rồi.
Ngasi yamna thajida ba mawng amada khoi myam ko ja khoni sorne ne khan ba heptai theater level ting ba ke di ano manga nam pi de bo ja thukku ba se loinam ga khoi da kai no khangda ba makli to pungam to pi emotional feeling ama haw ba man masina madam chow bekam amade khoi Manipuri sinda particularly theater level sna ho ba madem chaw le ne khal le du to to khol maka Sakir makalgi coba mapangkan besok sina shol munda mangai ni in tapna sono da patna to puna tuna koi suka na sang nai nai le
Change the theatre in Manipur when we were young. Imphal was one particular production of Tanimai, and it took the entire state, the entire country by storm. Imphal. I still remember when I was in the university in Delhi. This came to the Pragati Maidan in Shakuntalam, and the entire young crowd of Delhi could see Tamunimai's Imphal. It has been a long journey that we were very fortunate to be with him. We saw his productions. He took the world by storm with his trilogy. Chakravyuh was one that I still remember. Mr. Ratan was an exceptionally talented he will come once in 1,000 years. I have had the fortune to be with him at this very chorus, and during a time of rain when this was flooded, we had spent some time together. He was not only a director. I read some of his beautiful poetry, and he had a lovely handwriting. And in fact, I was very much inspired by his handwriting that you can still see on the board of this very chorus. He leaves behind a chapter of the theatre, not only for Manipur, for India, the entire world. And I think many people who had known him, many people who had watched his productions, his directions, his philosophy, Hiroshima. But I still can remember Imphal, as I said. That was a turning point of our sense of appreciation for theatre, for Tanimai.
Students of Chawayamahe Secondary School, Thoubal, protested against the failure to conduct normal classes after 11 lecturers in the school joined the ongoing pen-down strike being imposed by Lecturers Association of Manipur 2018 batch. Large number of students carried out the protest by standing on the roadsides of National Highway 102 near Thoubal Police Station and shouting various slogans. They demanded to conduct full classes in their school. Speaking on the sidelines, a student protester decried that the ongoing pen-down strike of the lecturers have severely affected the academic atmosphere in the school, continuing that the strike has been disrupting normal classes since the last 3 consecutive days. Students expressed apprehension about failing to cover their syllabus. While urging the government to settle the demands raised by the lecturers at the earliest, the student also warned of agitations if the academic atmosphere continues to disrupt for longer days. Meanwhile, Vice Principal of the school, W. Johnny, stated that the school authority is having a hard time in management for filling classes in place of the lecturers joining the pen down strike. He also urged the government to resolve the lecturers' strike at the earliest.
Makan matingi maru na stream kuning magda oja totally soalnya second drama tu sini defunct tu sini maru mereka pen down strike tu sini maru mereka sida angang sida aduh kita mesti sabu pire principal amadi oja sing unama kok payah dah kange maram masina state government na jabi di bagi matungin na aku yes pen down strike tu bidi ba aku ini kalik saya betare aku ini teachers community ni makoi ju kami laga tung dah bolak provision bilen sigi singa sigi ju kami laga anda apa pun bila kani hari kita satu ini.
Jadi orang sini bahasa kami baik saya kesana aku yang mampu hadana hari teman bagi sistem ama hai bedo aku yang orang aduna macam saya dia thar bedo aku yang berada di sana bersama betul benar aku ni yang awal awal mayong nare barunya aku kelas 11 tu macam saya jadi di kampus sana aku ni hai bama aku dah wafang amalai jere masla dulu kita Februari Februari tu bedo ibalai sila aku ni tu syllabus ko bata already hai bagi anda pakat bama kau jere aduna lain sina bilang sangkiduna oda sing apa ambassador bina view.
On the other hand, the ongoing pen down strike by lecturers of higher secondary schools have also caused disruption in normal functioning of Kachin Higher Secondary School, as classes for English and Manipuri subjects were affected by the ongoing strike. Speaking in this regard, a student of class 12, Thiyam Priyadashini, has expressed disappointment on the condition while also conveying concern on the possibility of non-completion of syllabus. She urged the relevant authorities and teachers to work out an amicable solution to end the pen down strike so that normal classes can resume in the school. Meanwhile, Vice Principal of Kachin Higher Secondary School, Thiyam Sunita, said the ongoing strike has hugely affected the academic atmosphere of the school, as 10 teachers of the school have joined the pen down strike. She also urged the government to resolve the matter at the earliest.
Mamangi tang kun gama thoidagi mogi pen down strike ama tauki aduna maram oiduna akhoi school gi oina di oja tarani masida yauri si oja tara sida mainly amna maru oiribadi English ki department sima English ki department sidi akhoi gi oja sikhaktana puba department oibana English ki perot sima adum horaba adagi akhoi gi regular oja si Manipuri gi su amagakta leibani adagi mogi sigi kangudagi oja ani khak amaga punma pubane ba aduna Manipuri sima su class full tawba ngamdre English sima pura hore aduna akogi school da mogi strike si haugi badagi suki matik period arrange tawbada khudong thiba thoklaba adagi angang chingchi sarang naraga class phajana tawba ngamdabagi problem mayam ama leibasina maram oiduna aduna sarkar gi maige dagi oja singchiga yanaraga athubu matamgi manungda akogi demand ji yasinaduna hanagi normal class to chathabina bagi damakta haijari
akhoi gi syllabus cover tawrakpa ngamlaroidra haiba sigi mi paiba masu akhoi isada phaujari maram asina oiraga sarkarna oja singa yanaba ama pubiraktuna akhoi gi hanagi oiramba academic atmosphere do amukhana pubirau.
Republican Party of India RPI Athawale has reappointed Maheshwar Thanawjam as its National Secretary during a National Executive meeting that was held at Maharashtra Southern in New Delhi yesterday, while Ramdas B. Athawale has been retained as the president of the party. The party also appointed its office bearers, including key members for Parliamentary Committee and CWC. Speaking in the program, Party President Ramdas Athawale also expressed happiness on RPI Athawale Party being recognized as a regional party by Election Commission of India in Manipur. On the other hand, Maheshwar Thanawjam also assured to work on issues that concern the state of Manipur as a regional party, while also assuring to perform his responsibility and duties as National Secretary for the party. JAC against non-payment of 15 number of tar posts at Rengpang and M. Kunau village under 132/33 kV station by MSPCL has announced plan for shutting the 132 kV Rengpang power substation from July 28th if the government fails to provide compensation to the affected landowners. Addressing a press meet held today at Manipur Press Club, Imphal, the JAC spokesperson Ashingpao Gangmai asserted that 15 towers of 132 kV were installed by former Deputy Chief Minister G. Gaikangam in 2010 with the assurance of compensating the affected landowners after commissioning the project. Continuing that affected landowners for installing the Other 6 electric towers by Power Grid Company had already been compensated. Ashingpo decried that the compensation for previous installation of 15 electric towers amounting over 15 crore rupees are still pending. He added that the authorities also forbid the landowners to use the land for any purposes, including agricultural activities and human settlement, despite unfulfilling the compensation assurance. The JSA's spokesperson added that its step to shut the towers was compelled by the government's continuous ignorance, despite complaining about the matter to the then Power Minister Thongam Biswajit in 2014.
2010 the construction hokre 15 towers se MSPCL na 2011 da mokoi commission tokre ngasi phawba mokoi compensation siki masupi de 15 nodes na tower sagat chiba 132 kV substation adugumbagi line se lamji yamna sokrabni low ubu mafam makai ubu yadre farm tobu makai tobu yadre yum saba yadre aduna mokoi ge assurance matung in the Torokadra Hana Kunja Makating Ibni. Dungasi Pawo Torokre, Modiki the Makra Hazik say level 15 towers adugi Lamma Pusing Duna Joint Action Committee Amas Hemlaga Nasiki press conference Simbani by 20 July. Government a positive response to Dravadi, I call 132 by 33 kV substation at Grangpang say Tingji Lagni Habagi ultimatum de Yao Krabni.
Thadav Students Association TSA has expressed deep concerns over the continued illegal occupation of the Sadar Hills PWD office at Kangpopi District Headquarters by the Kuki Students Organization, Sadar Hills KSOSH and others. TSA further maintained that the illegal occupation has compelled PWD Sadar Hills Division to function from Khuyathong, Imphal, and not only that, the attempt to set up a temporary camp office at Daily Village, which is located about 1 kilometer from Kangpopi District Headquarters, is now facing objections. TSA reiterates that if anyone continues to object to the functioning of PWD from Daily Village, it must also demand to vacate the original PWD Sadar Hills office premises at Kangpopi District Headquarters immediately and hand over the land and building to the legitimate authority. The public deserves efficient administration, and such illegal encroachment of government office premises by any organization is unacceptable and against the rule of law. The TSA also urged the Governor of Manipur, District Administration and the department concerned to take prompt action to restore the PWD office at Kangpopi District Headquarters to enable public works to be carried out effectively for the welfare and development of Kangpopi and its people. Naga Students Organization NSO on behalf of the Naga people has issued an urgent and uncompromising statement condemning the continued hostility and provocation by Kachin Independence Army KIA towards Naga civilians in Kachin State, Myanmar. Citing decades of fraternal ties between Naga and Kachin communities, grounded in mutual respect and shared struggles, the NSO expressed deep disappointment over deteriorating relationship following Myanmar's military coup in 2021. The organization accused KIA of escalating aggression in recent years, including acts of harassment, illegal detention and abduction of Naga civilians. According to NSO, Naga youths travelling to Kachin State for education, employment, healthcare and trade have become frequent targets. The statement alleged that many have been forcibly taken from gold and jade mines, border villages and even their homes. Describing these acts as direct insult and provocation of war against peace-loving Nagas, the NSO maintained that despite serious provocations, the Naga people have shown remarkable restraint. It reiterated that the community has made multiple attempts to resolve the situation through peaceful dialogue. Maitya Heritage Welfare Foundation has submitted a representation to the Union Home Minister to investigate into the matter of the alleged involvement of Kuki National Front KNF in the 320 crore compensation scam and to review the sue agreement. In the memorandum sent to Union Home Minister yesterday, the foundation raised serious concerns over a recent investigation report by a TV channel that exposed the siphoning off of 320 crore rupees meant for compensating civilians for land acquisition for infrastructural development by KNF through extortion, misappropriation and unlawful influence. The representation stated that the KNFs act as both the criminal misuse of public funds and a blatant abuse carried out under the protection of sue agreement, while noting that the scam was reportedly led by KNF's Finance Secretary Jangboy Gain by allegedly forcing the villagers to sign on blank papers and pre-filled forms to swindle as much as 75% of the compensation amount. While citing the news report that lodged complaint to Deputy Commissioner by the victims in connection with the scam, Meitei Heritage Welfare Foundation also noted NIS investigation over KNF in connection with the alleged attack on security forces and killing civilians. It also expressed disappointment over the extension of sue agreement with the Kuki armed group despite all these circumstances, while reminding the Union Home Minister that Manipur government had already abrogated sue agreement with the Kuki armed group. A delegation of Tribal Youth Council Manipur TYCM has submitted a memorandum to Manipur Governor making 6 charter of demands yesterday. The demands include amendment of the Presidential Order dated 20th June 1972 Hill Areas Committee Manipur under Article 371C of the Constitution of India and the Manipur Village Authorities in Hill Areas Act 1956. Other demands include establishment of Hill Areas Committee Secretariat with sufficient staffs and employees, completion of all ongoing government projects related to road construction and infrastructure development in the Hill tribal areas at the earliest, filling up the required staffs in the Directorate of Tribal Affairs and Hill Department, Tribal Research Institute and the Manipur Tribal Development Corporation Limited, regularization of services of contractual employees of the Manipur State Commission for Scheduled Tribes, and recommendation to Ministry of Finance for the payment of 7th pay arrears for the period of April 1st, 2019 to March 31st, 2023 to employees of Autonomous District Councils, Manipur. After listening to the demands of TYCM, Manipur Governor assured to take up all these points outlined in the Charter of Demands. Bishnupur Forest Division and Youth Unity Strength Ishok jointly organized a tree plantation drive at Ishok Chingpu Ching Achoba located under Nambol constituency today. Pradhan of Ishok Gram Panchayat Warepam Deben, DFO Bishnupur Vaikom Romabai, RFO Bishnupur Forest Division RK Sadananda, RFO Bishnupur Range Mutum Nilamani, RFO Moirang Range Hidangmayum Gitchandra along with members of Youth Unity Strength Ishok planted 400 saplings as part of the tree plantation drive. And in some national news, both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha were adjourned for the day as a ruckus and sloganeering continued to rock both houses of parliament on the 3rd day of the monsoon session. Amidst political stalemate on opposition's demand for a debate on special intensive revision exercise in Bihar and the unexpected resignation of Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar in both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the government has listed 6 bills in today's agenda. The 6 bills include National Sports Governance Bill 2025 aimed at promoting sports and providing facilities and welfare measures for sports persons, and the National Anti-Doping Amendment Bill 2025. However, both the houses were adjourned following repeated disruptions by opposition members. In Lok Sabha, opposition members stormed into the well of the house, holding placards pressing for their demand. On the other hand, Rajya Sabha was adjourned minutes after it started for the day, and on reconvening, it was again adjourned till 2 p.m. only to reconvene and adjourn for the day. Meanwhile, a detailed discussion on Operation Sindoor has been scheduled in the Rajya Sabha on July 29th with 16 hours allotted for the debate. The decision to allocate dedicated time was taken during a meeting of the Business Advisory Committee held earlier today. This monsoon session will span from July 21st to August 21st, encompassing 21 sittings over 32 days. And that is all we have for now. But before we end, here are the headlines once again. Renowned theatre personality Ratan Thiyam passes away at 77. Condolences pour in from theatre lovers, politicians and renowned artists in the state. Pen down strike by lecturers continue to affect classes in various schools in the state. Students appeal to the authorities to bring about an amicable solution. And Republican Party of India RPI Athawale reappoints Maheshwar Thanawazam as National Secretary during its National Executive meeting. Thank you for watching SKTV, but for latest news updates, keep watching SKTV.